Welcome back to the Global Buggers podcast. This week, we are discussing the tariffs put in place by Donald Trump and his team, as well as some Formula One news. So, before we get into that, Vincel, how are you doing today?
I am doing fan-bloody-tastic. It has been a minute since we've done one of these. I guess
Fans don't know that.
all
They've been following the
all
TikToks.
17 of our subscribers, of the people that watch our videos. Yeah, maybe the sanctions will get us some good clickbait material there. And we just go, ooh.
Don't click off. Don't click off, please. It's not what he means, guys. We're actually going to discuss this.
Well, because it is quite funny, because I didn't actually check if Ireland is one of the countries that is...
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
That is actually going to be affected.
I saw South Africa is affected.
I mean, that's obviously why I'm concerned. I mean, not really concerned because I don't export anything, but...
Yeah, well, okay, so there's a lot of people saying that's a short-term plan. I don't know, because I think no one's actually paying attention. In his team. I don't think they actually know what they're doing. The biggest thing, which is what I'm going to title this video, so you've probably seen that already, is that they put a 17% tariff on Israel. That's crazy. Because of this whole calculation that they've done, which is basically exports minus imports divided by exports. So it's like a thing that apparently they pulled out of Chat GPT.
Yeah, because I saw a bunch of people doing the exercise and putting a basic prompt into Chat GPT, and then it gives them that exact formula.
Yeah. So it actually doesn't benefit anyone. What it's doing is just it's giving a net, a net result which applies in a perfectly symmetrical line for every single country. So every country is within the line that this calculation follows. So it's not like some people are overspending or some people are underspending. Everyone is spending the exact same amounts according to the US, according to these tariffs that are being added. So what's happening is that because of this difference, he's been adding percentages onto random countries. Apparently Madagascar got 45% tariffs.
47.
47% tariff. What does Madagascar do to deserve that?
It is properly... It makes you... Botswana has 30%. 37%. What did Botswana do? First of all, what does Botswana export? I want to know what... It's got to be bananas.
Grain.
Grain.
Surely.
Okay, maybe grain. What else? Who else?
Remember, the US has next to nothing besides healthcare. Their exports are...
No one really buys at least their organics. Everyone buys their manufactured goods. That's not so much there.
But not even, because most of it comes from China.
Even, yeah.
But the craziest thing is that they've gone and they've put tariffs on Israel, who's they're supposed to be their brother in arms, so to speak.
Yeah, Israel, Philippines, Australia got a 10%. Turkey, Sri Lanka, Colombia. Maybe Colombia's cocaine's going to cost a bit more now. 10%. Peru.
Well, they don't pay tax, so...
Nicaragua or Norway, Costa Rica, Jordan, Dominican Republic, the UAE. See, they only did 10% on the UAE. They knew they couldn't push their button too far on the UAE.
They had a minimum threshold that if it's less than a certain amount, it gets a 10%. So I don't think there's any country that's not got less than 10%.
Well, at least not on this list. All the ones with lower... Oh god, now there's ads. Go away, ads. God dang it. Yeah, I think those are all the significant changes, where all the other ones I think are much lower. And I did see... I couldn't find the TikToker that did the calculations where he showed like the actual tariffs a lot of these countries placed, and it's single digits. It's like a 1% tariff, where on this graph it says tariffs charged to the US. Vietnam, 90%. They charge not a chance. I'd love to see the actual figure there. There's no way that can be accurate.
Is it because maybe there's a negative number that's driving the price up?
I mean,
Like because of their calculation that they've chosen.
it could be where they haven't factored in that the dollar is so strong against that currency that it's actually negative, but to make it the calculation work, they just take the negative away just to make it easy math. So instead of being like 0.9%, it's 90% or something. But no, it is scary how quickly he has a lot of the very, I want to say reserved, but I think reserved is not quite the right word, but a lot of, I think in America is probably like, what, he's not Republican. Oh, he is Republican. What's the other side again? The Democrats.
Democrats, yeah.
I don't know if it is Democrats or if it's just some cuckoo crazy people, or maybe they are right. But in essence, they're calling this Trump's World War III. Like, even though it's not technically a physical bombing war, as much as there are plenty of that going around, this is like a more strategic version of a World War III, where he's putting everyone. I mean, how many of these countries are BRICS countries? I think that's a good question as well.
But dude, it's like every country. There's not a country that's not going to be affected by this. But the thing is, no matter how badly this affects the world, the US is going to be worse. Is going to come out worse if it's tariff focused, because him increasing tariffs on other countries means that they pay more, right? America pays more. So America is going to bring everything in-house, and they're going to lose out on all the important imports because they're going to be a lot more expensive.
And it also removes your competitive pricing, because now American manufacturers there's going to be less option for the public. So instead of having, call it 10 brands, there's going to be 3 brands. Yeah. And those 3 brands can a lot more easily collude between each other and be like, hey, listen, let's all get rich. Let's just raise the price 3 times, 3x, and people are going to have to pay. They have no option. Yeah. The option is us or nothing. I mean, it's actually something we deal with in SA before all of these crazy hikes, just like our natural internal taxes. So if we go with fishing, for example, if I wanted to import I'd
love to go fishing. Where are we going?
I'd like to go fishing too. Oh, have kids, they said. It would be fun, they said. So if I want to import a outboard motor for my boat, for example, because when you do the exchange rates, I can buy it in America for like 100,000 Rand cheaper than I can buy a new, call it 150 horsepower 4-stroke engine from whatever brand. I can buy it for 100 to 150,000 Rand less if I buy it from America. But obviously South Africa has the taxes or tariffs, like you could put it another way, although it is actually more of a tax, to protect its local market, where if I import that good, it is 100% taxed. So whatever, if it costs 100,000 Rand, I have to pay 200,000 Rand before it gets cleared from customs. So that's obviously to protect the local market, which is in essence a similar idea to...
They've been doing that for a while. I remember buying from like West.com, and you have to pay massive fees.
Yeah, no, depending on what the product is, it is massive. So no, that is something like South Africa has been doing for a long time. I'm not exactly sure if America's had something like that in order, but then again, America, each state has its own tax rules, which is also mind-boggling, because you go from one place it's this, one place it's that. I don't understand how people can live there. But that's also why so many people, or they always make the joke about the rich always moving. They will start up their company in LA or California or something, Silicon Valley, because that's where the action is. Then once it's established and everything, they go move to one of the low tax states like Florida, and then they go
Or Texas.
Texas, and then they go move the headquarters into there, move themselves into there, so they pay less personal tax. And it is.
And if it's a tech company, they move to Ireland.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's crazy.
But the thing is, because the USA, it's not a country. I mean, it's united. It's like independent states that are all united under one ruling government. So it's not like a normal country like the rest of us, where someone makes the rules for everyone. But here's the thing, okay? If Trump raises the prices for everyone, the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. The supporters of Trump, the poor supporters of Trump, at what point do they switch? Do they say, look, this is not benefiting us at all. You've made a mistake. We need to see a change. Because I honestly feel that there are there's like an overwhelmingly amount of poor Trump supporters than there are poor Democrat supporters. Does that make sense?
No, I definitely agree with that. I think South Africa has a similar idea where our biggest support is ANC, and the majority of ANC support is very, very low income people. And unfortunately, with that being said, generally means poor education and those sorts of things. So they don't actually understand what's happening. Again, you see it with all those Americans when they say, "Yeah, no, put the tariffs. China must pay. No more imports." And then they're like, "Okay, but who actually pays the tariffs? China does." And you're like, "No. China's going to pay the taxes. It's going to cost more for China." And you're like, "No. The person bringing the product in is the one that has to pay." No, China's going to pay. And you're like, "Oh gosh, this is
no." It's like arguing with a brick wall. And unfortunately, as a politician, that's what you want. You want to keep people stupid. Here's another question for you. So you know that Donald Trump he wears like plastic pants, right? Do you know that he shits his pants like all the time? He had to leave the Super Bowl.
Well, he has no bowel control, so he wears adult diapers.
Probably, yeah. And because he's an old man and he's a rich man, so he's probably been pegged in his life. Apparently, Melania Trump gives him a good pegging.
Oh, wow.
So anyway, he said that he wants to run for a third term, which means he'd have to change the constitution. Do you know what the process is for like impeachment? Like, he was impeached last time he was in office.
I do remember that.
What is the difference now? Like, can they do it? Are they not allowed to? What happened last time that can or can't happen now? Do you have any idea?
Actually, honestly, I don't actually have much of an idea, but I'm sure. I have a lot of questions about it, because if he was impeached the last time, how the shit was he eligible to run ever again? That's my first question.
Yeah, and convicted.
And as a convicted felon.
Yeah.
And you're still allowed to run. I mean, that's where I'm questioning should have ended. But I'm pretty sure the impeachment process works the same way this time around. It's just, I think everyone's
his own
scared.
party needs to be involved, right?
Yes.
And right now, his own party is benefiting from the changes he's making.
Well, I think it's mostly just Elon, but I think Elon's also catching a bit of a harding at the moment.
Oh, it's so great to see
stepping
Elon falling from grace.
Yeah, he stepped on way too many toes.
He stepped down. Speaking of stepping, he stepped down from the head of Doge.
Is that like official, or is that just one of those weird TikTok news?
It was a official news article, or not article, channel that I heard it from. Needs to be confirmed, but speaking of Elon, he just sold Twitter to himself. That's straight up fraud.
Again,
Right.
didn't he? I thought he already owned Twitter.
He owned Twitter,
X.
but he owned X. But remember, he used Tesla stock as capital to buy that because he didn't have the 44 billion, right? Tesla stock is plummeting, right? Because no one wants to buy that silly car anymore, which used to be a fantastic car, but BYD is blowing the water.
It actually has never been a fantastic car.
Okay, true, but it was
very well marketed.
Yes. So anyway, that's crashing. So if that crashed, he would have lost Twitter as well. So he's got an AI company called XAI, and that company bought X, Twitter, so that it's no longer reliant on the Tesla stock. But it's his own money that he's just recycling. Surely that's fraud.
Like I would think so. Or like massive insider trading when you're trading to yourself.
Yeah. So let's say I own this, okay? But I'm running out of money.
Oh, no. The business you own owns that.
Okay, the business I own owns this, okay? So I'm going to use this business to then buy this so that I don't have to pay that money anymore.
No, but he'll still owe that money, even though he sold it to himself. He still owes that initial amount, surely. They can't just go away.
You see, that's the thing. Who does he owe it to now? Because previously he owed it to investors, but now he sold it to himself. He doesn't owe the investors any more money, surely.
Nobody, he surely does. Imagine, put it this way. You own a business and you need a car. You get it from the... Hey! Ooh! An invader. Nom nom nom. Nom 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 nom.
Oh my goodness. He's just in time to tell us about the weather. The weatherman has joined. Latecomer. Okay.
Hi guys.
We're gonna cut you out of this episode, so you can just sit there and watch.
It's fine. It'll make it really awkward.
Jason, maybe you can. Welcome.
Thank you.
First of all,
Thank you.
maybe you can enlighten us. We were just discussing how Elon has sold X to XAI. So essentially, his AI company has bought Twitter from himself because Tesla stock was going down the drain. Okay, so in order to save himself, he has essentially bought that company with another company. Is that not fraud?
I don't know. Really.
Thanks. Moving on.
No, like for it to be fraud, it needs to be clearly outlined, doesn't it? We may think it's fraud, but it needs to be, for it to be defined as fraud, it needs to follow like what is actually fraud. What do you classify as fraud?
I don't think it matters what we classify it. It needs to be what the
Okay, no. But you think you
stated.
guys are thinking it's fraud. So why do you think it's fraud?
Because it's fake money that it's money that is owed to someone is being essentially liquidated or getting rid of through a transaction with yourself. So if I owe you 100 euros because you gave me this special thing, right?
Yeah.
then I'm going to go buy that special thing for 100 euros and give it to you with your own money.
No.
So like I paid you off, but
No, but
with your own money in a circle.
No, but he's bought something with something he owns. He's bought his own thing with something that he owns.
Did he pay that same amount? So if he lent it,
No, he paid 30. He paid 33. So 11 billion he lost.
Yeah, because X's stock went downhill. The company lost value
well, yeah,
when he
Tesla,
purchased it.
everything.
Well,
was-
no. Twitter was valued at 12 billion and he bought it for 33 from himself. So he actually made money.
How does that work?
Because it's fraud.
No, he bought it initially for 40
But
billion.
technically, he's just
For 44.
But he's just moving.
It then got reevaluated in 2024 for 12 billion because everyone hated it. And then he went and bought it from himself for 33.
Yeah, but money hasn't moved hands. It's just moved within his own ownership.
That should be illegal.
Why?
Because why that he's so rich is he allowed to do these
Okay, tell me, why do football owners, why are they allowed to reinvest in their club with their own money?
Well, what happens when they reinvest into there?
Well, they move money that's in their ownership from one account to the next.
No. Okay, but what happens with that money?
They use it to make the club better.
Oh. So they don't use it to just get themselves out of a hole, like what he's done.
But has he actually got himself out of a hole?
Yeah, we know what he's done, but no one knows what he's done, if that makes sense.
No, that doesn't. Okay, and our other question that we had was Donald Trump being impeached. What is the process for something like that to happen? Is it possible even?
For him to be impeached.
Yeah, like he was last time.
Isn't impeachment in the United States basically like a loss of confidence, what we call in over here? Impeachment. I can't spell.
Because how can he be impeached and then be allowed to run again? That was Wenzel's first question out of many.
Well, I think it's only during his term, isn't it?
I'm trying to quickly.
Is a process by which a legislative body or other legally constituted tribunal initiates charges against a public official for misconduct. It may be understood as a unique process involving both political and legal elements.
So he hasn't really done anything illegal at the moment. Yet.
I think everyone around him is doing illegal shit, but
What are the odds of him being Luigi Mangione?
Yeah.
0.
we're for real this time, or not the PR stunts like before.
No, for real.
I don't
I
know,
don't think
hey.
I don't, because there's a lot of crazy liberals and Democrats that own guns.
I think once the tariffs actually kick in, because look, it's still very early days in his term, if we're realistic about this.
Yeah, it's month 3.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
the full impact of all these crazy changes isn't actually taken hold yet. It hasn't had a real effect just yet. So I think
Have
maybe
you seen the price of eggs?
I think
Yet
halfway
yet
through
they've,
the
yet
term,
they've lost trillions in the market.
yeah. So I think halfway through the term, when there's a collapse, because that's already something a lot of people are panicking about, the way the stock market's absolutely tanking. Well, by tanking I mean everything is dropping. All the major stocks are dropping. Nike, Apple, X,
Yeah,
Tesla.
Nasdaq was basically on fire.
Yeah, so a lot of people are scared about that. So
Jason, I remember a couple months ago you were bragging about your Nvidia stock.
I think we all
It'll go,
And it was like a week later
go
that
back
that Chinese company that released that AI that does what Nvidia does at half the price.
I haven't even looked at it yet. I'm just even my my cash ISA and that is just plummeting.
Yeah.
Something we
Do you
all
think he's pulled an absolute masterclass though, and just everyone is just
No,
I think all his rich friends
No,
are just
I'd-
buying up all this cheap stock.
that's it. I think it's literally he's making his rich friends more money. They smiling. They're having good dinner parties.
the stocks need to go up again though for that to happen?
It will eventually. I mean,
No, because here's the thing. If you're at the top of the top of the top, right? You say, hey, Donald, let's crash the stock market. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to short every single stock.
Yeah.
It crashes. You owed all of that money for those shorts.
wait, what?
So you can short a stock, which means that you basically make a bet that the stock is going to go down
Yeah,
in
yeah, I
price.
get that.
And then you get the difference that it goes down.
From where?
From the
From the movie, The Big Short.
No, the big shorts is how they screwed people over who were already shorting. Because once it goes down, it can keep going down. But no, it's basically, yeah, but that's basically what I am referring to is that these big companies are shorting other companies. Price goes down. His rich friends make money. They're independent.
Oh, so you're saying
investors.
they're making
They're
money
not
off the
businesses.
shorts, not the actual buying of stocks.
Yes. But now imagine you have a short on the entire S&P 500.
Which I'm sure they probably.
And you short every single stock. They all go down. You make money.
That, yeah. This is a frightening thing to think, but I'm pretty sure that is what a lot of people are doing. Although, so you see all those live traders when they're in a room and it's just screens.
Yeah. Thousands of screens.
365 screens and they're just graphs on everything. But it is frightening.
So in conclusion, Vincel, tariffs that Donald Trump has placed, besides the 17% on Israel, is this a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a bad thing for everyone. Bad
Okay.
thing for Americans because they're inevitably going to pay more for things. Bad thing for all the companies with the tariffs because no one's going to want to buy their goods. But maybe it'll work out for SA because maybe now we'll get our own apples. You know, because America gets South African apples the size of your face. And then you go to Woolworths and you're buying an apple the size of your palm. So maybe at least we'll get some of our own A-grade produce now.
Will that increase our sales in South Africa? Or
Locally?
your sales?
No.
No, but it'll taste
We're
better.
going to have such overstocking. It's
Oh, but
probably
you
going
know
to...
what
But
you
do
could
you,
do
do,
is
you,
you
do you
could-
lose money on exports then?
Yeah, 100%.
So how's it better for South Africa?
It's better for me because I'll get to have
because
a
you
good
get a
apple.
tasty apple.
Yeah. A big-ass apple.
Fuck
But
the cash.
I suppose South Africa being part of BRICS, I think that they could possibly find other exports countries to pick up the slack.
Yeah, definitely more into the Arab states. I mean, we already export
Because
so
I
much
feel,
that way.
I have this feeling, and I'm just going to base it on it being true, because it's a feeling I have that South Africa exports a whole bunch of stuff, including sugar, rice, a lot of other stuff like meat, to America, and then America resells it to Mexico, Canada, etc. Tell me that's not true.
It's not true.
Yeah, that's not true.
There's not enough shelf life on those.
Because most of those countries also buy that stuff from Brazil. I mean, hell, we buy our chicken from Brazil. Half of Rainbow
We get bananas from
half
Brazil.
of Rainbow
I've seen
Chicken. It's actually more than half. It was almost like 2/3 of Rainbow Chicken South Africa closed because the South African government approved the importing of frozen chicken from Brazil and Argentina.
that. Really? That's crazy.
So like a lot of the stuff you see in
Did you
Checkers,
just believe that's crazy?
that's crazy, bro.
Until basically he wants you to stop talking because he just said that's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah, sure,
There's
Terence.
so many chickens. Anyway.
It's nasty.
Speaking of me being right, let's talk about Formula One.
Yeah, go on.
If you go back, watch back our last podcast where we spoke about where people are going to be, drivers, teams, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Liam Lawson, let's start there.
Who's that?
Did you predict he was gonna get kicked out?
I don't think so, but I did predict that he was going to finish dead last.
I can't remember if you said dead last, but you did say he was gonna do badly.
I said last. Yes. I said he was be
do
terrible.
remember
What did you
that.
say about Lewis Hamilton?
I said Lewis was going to win, and he won a sprint. So there you go.
Oh, so just one race, you meant?
Easy target. He'll
It's
be
two
back.
races in. We can't be too
Yeah,
harsh on
he'll be
these.
back.
on
Next
these-
one's this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
by the time
Yuki's home
this
race.
is out,
Japan.
we'll know.
What? Japan? Yeah, Japan.
What do you think the odds are for Yuki to win?
Nah, I say top 10 for sure.
I think
No shot of him winning.
Top-
You can't drive that Red Bull.
Yeah, only that
That's the
Red Bull
problem.
is made for Max. No one else has been able to drive it well.
But it would be insane if Yuki won.
I don't think he will. I think it's that, yeah, like you guys say, that Red Bull's too far gone. But what do you think the odds are on Yuki to win?
The odds of him winning, 20-1.
Vince?
I'm not much of a betting man, so I'm not too sure.
Oh,
Oh, Vincel.
32-1.
Jesus. Let's have a look. GP outright winner.
Well, Vincel,
Yuki
you
Tsunoda, 34-1.
Jeez.
Oh,
That's insane, Vince. I'm not much of a betting man, he says. And he gets
I
it spot on.
definitely don't have a gambling problem. I'd have to have money to
realistically,
gamble
okay.
first.
Realistically, we all predicted that McLaren would be the front
Yeah.
runner.
That's a
Do we see that continuing?
Yes.
I do. I think they've got a good
I don't
thing.
know.
I think it's their turn to have a bit of dominance. Because that's always the thing. Every team goes through a couple years of dominance. There hasn't been a team that's gone one season dead. Okay, except for Braun back in the day. And we've lost Jason.
Is he getting robbed or something? I think he left the stove on.
I'm back.
What happened?
My picture frame was about to fall off.
His spidey senses kicked in and he jumped into action.
I just saw it turning. I was like, oh, shit.
Is it?
Wait, Jason, you're in a new house.
Yes, I am.
And?
Yeah, it's good. Really good.
And
It's still a bit messy, but I mean, like...
It's the same, honestly. I remember that couch from the last one.
Yeah, well, it's the same couch, knob.
no.
But that's the lounge and the kitchen's behind there. Kitchen's there.
Is it further from work?
Closer? Well, closer for me. Kinda. About a minute's difference.
Oh,
much
wow.
closer for Andrea. She walks to work now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And home or not?
Yeah.
I suppose in the closer to summer it will still be bright. So
Well, it's getting dark around 7:30 now.
Oh,
So
what?
it'll be even better. Yeah.
it's 8:30 for me. The sun will start up.
Oh, what? God
Yeah, 'cause
dang.
Yeah,
you north.
when it's like July, the 1st of July, the sun will be up until like 11.
Yeah, you get like 4 hours of nighttime.
Yeah.
You must have like some mean blackout curtains.
No, we
No.
we sleep during the day. There's no difference to us.
I don't know how you do it. That's mental.
And it's summer, so it's like 21 degrees, so it's like boiling, you know.
Fuck, it's 20 degrees and I've got a
With the
hoodie.
Windows open.
I'm cold here. I've got sweats on. I've got a hoodie on, and it's 20 degrees. I'm here like shit. What's going on?
Madness. That's crazy.
But okay, this is gonna sound silly. 21 degrees in South Africa
It's freezing.
is definitely colder than 21 degrees here. Is that because it is further away from the sun?
No.
I think
No.
that is just perception.
Yes.
So do you think if I had to fly to South Africa right now, I'd be hot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Dude, the
Yes.
humidity is still like 80%.
You'd find 21 there like perfect.
Is that what tourists say?
Yeah.
No, that I don't think that's what tourists.
No, it's
Tourists say what 20 degrees is perfect. I doubt it.
100%. When they come to 25, 27 degrees, they're sweating their ball sacks off,
I couldn't imagine.
shitting their pants.
It's they said that Ireland's going to be have good weather for this foreseeable future.
So what's that, a week?
It's like
2
I
days.
was like, I don't know. Tell me how long that is. Hoping that goes all the way till like August.
Unlikely.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's going to
it's
rain
not
this
going to.
weekend.
It's gonna piss down,
It has
and you're
been,
gonna get like sleet.
it has
snow.
been pissing down in SA. We had
I
second
miss thunderstorms.
again.
Fucking miss thunderstorms.
Do you not get thunderstorms outside?
Before you talk about your flooding again, second time on this podcast,
Everyone must know I survived.
I got caught by an April Fool's joke.
Did you?
Who did it?
Badly.
Usually, I'm quite good at figuring out that it's an April Fool's joke,
Who
but
got you?
it was on TikTok. And it was from a reputable source, and they said that this week Charles is sick, and Ferrari have brought in Vettel as their driver, and Lewis and Vettel were going to race in the same team at the Japan Grand Prix.
And you bought...
I was freaking out for a second. I was like, "What? No ways!" And then I went and Googled it. And I was like, "No, it's not true."
I can't believe you fell for that.
Yeah, that's awful. Like
Because
I would expect
what it
better
was?
from
It's
you.
because I've seen a couple of videos of him in and around the paddock, and I know that it was Aston Martin's paddock. So maybe I thought, oh well, maybe he's got a deal with Ferrari or something. So for like a good few seconds, I was like, "What? That's insane!" I literally went and searched it, and I was like, "Oh, it's not true. It's April Fool's."
Womp womp.
Yeah.
Disappointing, to be fair.
Yeah, there was another one I saw that was it was about talking about Daredevil.
I haven't watched any yet.
series. Really,
No.
it's really good actually. And it said that in this next episode that Ghost Rider is going to show up, and Blade is being confirmed to show up at the end. But everyone in the comments was like, "We know this is April Fool's." So
I mean, that would be a massive plot twist if it was true.
yeah, because no one's been confirmed as Ghost Rider. Like they haven't even mentioned Ghost Rider. And Ghost Rider and Daredevil hate each other.
But is
in the
Ghost Rider confirmed for any upcoming projects though?
No, he's not.
Do they have the rights for him though?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm sure they do. I'm sure Marvel has.
no,
I know
they do.
he appeared in what is it? Was it Shield? Agents of Shield.
Yeah, Marvel's.
Oh, really? But they don't claim that.
It was actually
that-
quite good, to be fair, when he was in there. Ghost Rider, right?
But yeah, they confirmed Blade and they cancelled Blade. So him showing up in Daredevil would have been cool. It would have been cool if they got Tom Holland to show up. You know, because he was in his movie. So
I think that's still coming.
no,
You don't think
What?
so?
I don't think Tom Holland would sign off on a
Sony
series.
already released its new. So there's 2 new Spider-Man movies coming. There's a new live action with Tom Holland,
Yeah.
and there's into
Yes, I saw
and there's
that.
Into the Spider-Verse
brand new
2.
brand new day. Spider-Verse
Oh,
3.
Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse.
3.
Oh no, sorry. No, you're right. It's Across the Spider-Verse Part 2.
Yeah.
Because in Part 1 they say To be continued.
And apparently it's in a new animation style. So that's
I don't know why.
I literally thought it was cancelled. They said it's cancelled.
They didn't say it was cancelled. They just said it's postponed indefinitely. So they didn't have any like updates.
Doesn't that mean cancelled?
No.
Indefinitely.
That means they're waiting for.
What's the definition of
They're
that?
actually
So
waiting for
it's like it's not confirmed. It's postponed. So we can't say it's coming out next year. We
Don't
can't
ask questions.
Yeah, we can't say it's coming out 2050. It's postponed. That's it.
Okay. Did you see the Doomsday chair reveals?
the what?
I didn't watch it, but apparently it was good.
Marvel
but
went
like
live.
a bit.
No, it was so stupid. But they had 2 million people watching, so they went live for like 4 hours, and they released a chair every like half an hour. A director's chair with a name on. Basically, who the cast is going to be, and there was a whole bunch of the X-Men cast.
Old X-Men.
Channing Tatum is back as Gambit, but there was no Deadpool, no Wolverine, no Spider-Man.
I can see there being no Deadpool.
There has to be a Deadpool.
No,
And an Avengers team
Ryan
up.
Reynolds.
No, he'll be in
wants
Secret
to
Wars.
direct. If he's in the movie as Deadpool, he's going to want to roll some sort of directing.
I disagree with you.
String there.
I agree with Jason.
Directing?
Sorry.
Not directing. He wants to be producing.
Producing, not directing.
Yeah, he wants to be like have a main say in what it is.
Yeah. Sorry, not directing.
He's
yeah,
not. He's
producing.
not just going to be a.
I think they'll sign a deal where they say you can tell us what Deadpool is going to do.
Or what he's going to say. They'll give this scenario like this, and this is going to happen. Or
Yeah.
You are allowed to say what. Well, if they get him in, that it would probably be something along that line. Like this is the scene.
Do they put? Yeah.
People are dying. What does Deadpool say?
But do you think they put Deadpool? They're going to have to make the next two Avengers movies like PG-13. They can't have Deadpool in that.
Yeah.
They can't. It's going to kill Deadpool. It won't be Deadpool.
No, but Endgame and Infinity War were 16.
Yeah, but even so,
Deadpool can.
yeah,
but Deadpool can come in and he can say a swear word and he can cut someone in half.
not like the Deadpool that we know.
He doesn't have to be there for long, bro. You think that Doom is going to be PG?
Yeah.
I don't think Doom will be PG, but I don't think it's going to be. It's not going to be.
At most, it'll be 16, like Endgame. At most. It won't be more. There's no way.
Yeah, but what Jason's saying is that does that count out Wolverine and?
But what are you allowed to do at
Deadpool.
an age restriction of 16 though? Different
You can have blood
different
and
to.
you can swear.
Can you have blood or can you have fighting?
You can have fighting. They can't.
Like no,
definitely.
like the fighting that's like
There can be minimal
near
blood.
death fighting sort of thing.
Because there's no pooling blood. But I remember like
Yeah.
when they stab Thanos, there's not like gushing blood, but there's the wound. People's arms come off,
Yeah,
but
like
there's
you
not.
can cut. Yeah, you can cut someone's arm off, but it's not going to spray blood
Yeah.
everywhere.
So there's
You can't
injury,
stab
but there's
someone
not.
with Wolverine's skeleton.
You can snap your fingers and make them turn to dust. But you can't have gushing blood.
But no Spider-Man.
I didn't
don't
expect.
think
I didn't expect him. When's Doomsday coming out? 2026.
26 before it's coming out in January, I believe.
But wasn't Doctor
No.
Doom always more
7
like the
months away.
Fantastic Four comics?
Yeah. No, he. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Fantastic Four was announced. But there's a rumor that Robert Downey Jr. is not going to be the only Doctor Doom. There's going to be hundreds of them.
Oh, I don't like that.
Oh,
Just
variants.
makes it
and-
weird.
Yeah, variants, and the main one is going to be Cillian Murphy. That's the theory that they're trying to throw the wool over our eyes by bringing RDJ back, but he's actually just going to be a variant.
I mean, that would be pretty cool. I could
Yeah,
get on
because
board
you don't
with
have to
that.
pay him that much. You just pay him for the promo.
So, well, I've got the BBC ratings, which is 15. They don't have a 16.
Oh well.
So you can have dangerous behavior, discrimination, drugs, language, nudity, sex, sexual violence,
That's 15.
suicide, and self. Yeah, but they categorize. So it's like this is what they are.
The
and
sex
then
at 15 will be under the sheets.
Yeah, so sexual activity may be
Okay.
portrayed, but usually without graphic detail. There may be strong sex references, but frequent crude references are unlikely to be acceptable. Content that, when taken as a whole, has the primary purpose of sexual arousal is unacceptable. So, Deadpool saying that he's going to touch himself after sniffing his fucking smoking guns. Yeah, won't fly.
Yeah, but it's one scene though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that
but
one scene changes the rating.
They can't put
Can't think
Deadpool in
logically about this. You gotta see it legally. Legally, one swear word is one swear word too many.
That kind of sucks though, because I'd love to see Deadpool at least like cameo or something in like the Avengers.
The
though
setting is
he's
too
not,
serious,
Like,
though.
I don't see him taking on an Avengers level threat for sure. But in the comics, he shows up and he interacts with Spider-Man and he makes jokes. That would be fun to see.
Yeah,
It
but
would.
I think
100%
Deadpool's
agree,
success
but-
has actually ruined its chances of coming into
For-
stuff
Okay, yeah.
because it's too much of an attention grabbing character now. Like if he comes on scene, you want to see what Deadpool does. You don't really give a shit about anything
Yeah.
else.
What about the situation X-Men Last Stand, where Wolverine was in the bar
Oh, were they like?
and Charles and Magneto. What's Magneto's
Magneto.
name?
Yes.
Yeah, what's his real?
Oh,
What do you mean?
I love that actor. He's very good.
What's his name?
Oh, Magneto's name.
But the
Yes.
actor though, not Magneto.
The actor?
Not the
No.
actor. No, Magneto, the human
Oh,
name.
Magneto's human name. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no,
Yes.
no one knows.
Charles Xavier and
Magneto. And the Jewish kid.
anyway, they walk into the bar. And they see Wolverine sitting there, and they wanted to ask him to join the team, and he basically said no in a very
No, that was Iron Man 1. I'm sure it was Iron Man 1. Oh no, sorry, it was was it last then? It was when they were
Last
young,
Stand.
wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry.
I think he was still
Okay.
walking at that stage.
What if they have a similar thing like that with Deadpool in Secret Wars?
Yeah, they can do that because it's one swear word where I think that's fine for so let's have a look. Language. There may be strong language, very strong language may be permitted depending on the context and frequency. So yeah, you can have like a cameo of him saying, him being, what's it, Marvel Jesus and shit like that.
Pretty Deadpool shows up.
Eric. That's Magneto's name.
Okay, what's his surname?
And it'll be something Jewish.
Eisenhart.
Eisenhower.
No, sorry, that's Eric Magnus Lenscher.
Okay, just
For
Magneto there.
Jewish.
Yeah. Yes, we know he's Jewish. Okay, we know. We saw the movie.
Gotta get the full backstory reference there. He's a Jew.
Yeah. So Ian McKellen was announced, and
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart as well, and Nightcrawler and Cyclops.
And Beast.
Yeah, all the original
No
X-Men.
Jean Grey.
And
Yeah.
Mystique.
No Jean Grey.
Mystique.
Gambit's going to be in it, so Channing Tatum is Gambit.
Very mutant.
All of the Thunderbolts,
Very-
every single one of them survives. Their movie that's coming out next month.
The original Mystique was Carmen Electra.
No.
No, that was
The original one. Oh, who was the original? I know the latest one was Jennifer Lawrence, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, the latest one was Jennifer Lawrence. I'm sure it was Carmen Electra.
No, it wasn't Common
They
Electra.
literally said her name. Carmen Electra was Mystique in the Epic movie.
Do you remember the
yes,
Epic movie?
Yes, sorry, that's the Epic movie had a better storyline than the X-Men.
Lies.
Rebecca Ramin was the original one.
No idea who that is.
Meh.
Yeah, so look, it's going to be interesting. But that's that, hey?
See, this is where I'd be like, but then you two don't watch anime, so it doesn't work for
Well,
me.
what anime
How
do
do
you
you know?
watch?
Solo Leveling, that's the new one that's out.
Yeah, watched it.
Okay. In Japanese or in English?
I'm more of a sub than a dub.
Yeah, we know you are.
Okay, well then don't spoil anything because I haven't watched the final episode. I'm waiting for it to be in English. But then the new Fire Force is coming out, and I'm dying to see the new Fire Force.
Seen it.
It hasn't even been released yet. How could you have seen it? It's literally coming out in May,
In May. Isn't it May?
April.
No, it's April.
It's April.
Yeah, I start my new job in May. Don't make me start my new
What?
job already.
New job?
Yeah, boss, I got a new job. New
What
job.
you doing?
New job.
What job you
Same
got?
thing.
Same thing, just different company.
Yeah, same thing, different company, 10k increase.
Was your boss pissing you off or what?
No, I was actually getting bored. It was a bit too easy. Finish work
Okay.
at like
Alright.
1 every day. Don't know what to do with myself.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
That sucks,
Yeah.
man. You know, you could have become an entrepreneur, made your own products,
You need money to do that,
Get a
and I
side
didn't have
hustle.
any.
get a side hustle.
You still need money for a side hustle. I didn't have any. It's all good having that free time, but when I have to go home and drink water because I can't bloody go buy KFC.
Why didn't you just buy a fucking concentrated Oros or something? You
I
just go
didn't,
get
never
a
I'm so
finished.
confused.
Oros.
Wait, I'm confused. So you can't buy KFC, so you have to drink water.
Yeah.
Toast.
Because we've bought just enough food
Fruit.
to make dinner for every night. So I can't make that for lunch
Okay.
because I finished early.
Okay. So you're not eating lunch as
So I'm
well.
not eating lunch. So if I
So
finish
people
early,
need to subscribe so that we can actually pay
Yeah.
you.
yeah,
we're
yeah,
gonna pay
feed
you.
me, feed me. Feed me and my baby.
What if you buy like pop?
Yeah. Or like just that 20 kg bag of rice and just eat rice.
We kind of do already. And pasta. Buy shit tons of
then
pasta. We have spag bowl like every other day.
Eat more rice.
I've gotten very good at making
I couldn't
spag
imagine
bowl.
doing that.
Like I make a mean spag bowl.
What do you put in your spag bowl then?
Garlic.
Because I need it. And?
Lots of garlic.
Vince, are you showing how white you are?
Yeah. And?
Tomatoes.
And?
Okay, where's the bolognese coming from here?
Where's the oregano? Where's the
You mean oregano?
oregano?
You've never
Oregano.
heard someone-
Oreganum.
You've never actually heard someone say that word before. You've just read it.
Oregano.
Tell me
It's oregano.
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 A
Oregano.
little bit of
Oregano.
thyme as well.
What do you say? You having an Oreo?
Don't get into a
No. Come on. How do
argument
you, what are
about
you saying?
English
It's an
with me, man.
Oreo, so it's oregano.
Are we talking about areola?
No, what? No, get your mind out the gutter. Oregano. I bet you I'm right. I'm 100% right.
Areola?
Okay.
You, Vincel. Filthy
That's the wrong
bastard.
color.
Oregano. Come on.
Say oregano.
Oregano.
Of course, she's gonna say oregano because you told her
it
to
the other way
say
now.
oregano.
Say oregano.
Oregano.
Boom.
No, I refuse.
Jason, it's okay to be wrong,
No,
my
I
friend.
refuse.
It's okay
Hey,
to be
Google.
wrong.
How do you say- How do you correctly pronounce oregano?
What is oregano?
The phonetic spelling is oregano or oregano. 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 Or.
Two things in this world you don't argue with me about.
Emphasis on the reg. Or reg.
Yep.
Oh no.
Yep.
Yeah.
Two things in this world you don't argue with me about.
Oregano. Oregano.
The pronunciation of spices and Formula One.
Or. Yeah, but you're wrong about Formula One. That's the thing.
Excuse me. Okay, watch Lewis Hamilton's going.
Oh my god. What we said our top fives, didn't we?
Yeah, 4, I think.
Yeah.
Do you have it as a
we
list?
need-
Did you write it down?
Yeah, we sent it.
No,
we sent it on,
we said we'd have to go watch it again.
did we not send it on the group?
I watched it and
No,
I
we
forgot
said we'd have
already.
to watch it again.
Nah, we sent it on the group. We sent it on the group.
But have you seen the livery for Haas?
Oh, Vincent, don't do this to me.
It's
mate.
livery, mate.
It's livery.
What did I say? The livery.
Livery.
Love.
The livery.
You oregano.
Oregano.
Yes, I have seen the cherry blossom
It looks.
because the
So
the
good.
principal of Haas is Japanese.
Yeah, they're using
No, we
Japanese
didn't send it
motors.
on the
Yeah,
group.
Honda.
So we sent it on the group. Okay.
Honda.
No, like the Christian Horner of Haas.
It's Japanese, yes, yeah.
He's Japanese.
But aren't they
principal,
using
isn't it?
Honda?
I don't know his name.
But they're
Team
using
principal. I don't
Honda
know his name.
engines now, aren't they? They ditched Ferrari. Yeah, so Honda's Japanese too.
Okay.
Oh my god. Fucking hell.
Now, we mentioned earlier in this podcast about BYD.
B-Y.
Have you seen the latest? I think it's called the X1 or something, and it's basically like a small SUV.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. In the SA, the buzz is all about their new Bucky, their new plug-in hybrid.
Do you get BYDs in South Africa? They're
Yeah.
importing them.
Yeah, no, it's
It's
big
Chinese,
now.
but come on, South Africa is owned by China.
BYD, Haval, Great Wall Motors. Well, Haval is a branch of Great Wall Motors. LDV, JQ. We got JQs now as well.
Jesus.
The JQ J7.
Never heard of all
the
these
craziest
before.
thing, the craziest thing is the BYD's marketing tactic is saying the biggest brand you've never heard of.
Yeah.
How's that a good thing?
Because they've only just arrived in the country.
How's that?
So in
How's that a
SA,
thing to focus on? Is what I'm saying.
never heard of them.
Yeah.
They're the
Literally,
biggest brand in China.
I saw a Dylan Page video that day, and I never had heard of BYD before. And
Really?
yeah. And then that video, I was like, oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, it's literally
Then
the
he came
biggest-
and
I see like when I go out driving, I see like 10 or 15 BYDs every
Or
day.
like the
They're
Dolphin.
so
I
popular
I haven't
here.
seen it.
the BYD Dolphin and those, or
I see the Seal
uh,
and the Sea Lion.
They're
oh.
calling them by sea animal names.
Yeah.
What are they calling the
Weird.
Bucky? I forgot that. Or the pickup
I
truck.
don't know. It's not on their website.
Uh,
I can't remember what it was.
What are
but
they
yeah, it was,
calling the
Okay,
Bucky?
in SA, it's coming in and it's going to be the most powerful Bucky on the market. More powerful than the Ranger Raptor. More powerful than the Hilux GRX. Hilux GR.
What is the VW
Yeah,
Bucky that they brought out? The Amarok.
Amarok. But now the new Amarok is just a Ford Ranger.
Ah.
Oh, it's the Shark. It's the Shark 6. This is the same one I saw, but it was like a fullback. It wasn't open like a Bucky.
Well, it's probably the same platform. They just
It's yeah.
also plug
But
in
it's
hybrid.
yeah, it's the same one I saw. Yeah, super powerful and affordable as well.
Yeah, well, in SA it's going to cost R1 million, which kind of puts it level pegging with like a
That's 50,000. So that's plus minus your import fees. For us, it's going to be about 30 to 34,000 euros.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
well, in
So-
relation, how much would a Ford top of the range Ranger Raptor be?
100,000. That's why it's so freaking cheap.
What?
Like my car is 31,000, so I might get one.
How the hell?
I'll tell you how
That
much.
makes
of,
it. No wonder so many people driving them there. 'Cause
Ford
that's
Ranger,
so
100
much
grand.
cheaper.
Surely not.
He said top of the range, Jason.
Yeah.
A Ranger Raptor, because that's what the new BYD Bucky is going in. That's what it's competing as. It's got more torque, more horsepower, quicker 0 to 100 speed. So in SA, the pricing is very level. It's not like the Chinese stuff is necessarily much cheaper. Although it is cheaper and you get a lot nicer standard spec. For like,
Is VW still big in SA?
they are currently the 4th highest selling vehicle. Suzuki is number 2. Toyota number 1. But it's Toyota, Suzuki, VW. I literally just saw it, but
This Ranger Raptor looks nice.
yeah, VW is now 3rd. Ford is like 4th or 5th.
So it starts at 47,000. That's just,
Is that a Raptor?
yeah,
You serious?
yeah. But that's, I can't.
Bro, I can't even get a
I can't
Raptor.
So,
Yeah, don't take them to Ireland.
Yeah, I bet you they don't. That's why I probably haven't seen any.
Fuck off.
You just get a normal Ranger then.
Drive.
No, like there's no ranges.
Okay, so we select
And how
the
much
3
is
liter. I'm modifying, so this will
They'll
change
definitely have a
it.
Hilux.
Select your preferred engine. Yeah, let's go. 3 liter. So we got then model. There's only one.
So this
model.
podcast just turned into us googling cars because we're all excited
Yeah.
about it, and we
Yeah.
we all wish we
Shadow
could buy
black,
them.
shadow black, blue lightning. Shadow black.
Oh,
black
here
range is
events.
always-
Hilux is 51,000 start.
Yeah, gotta go black. Shadow black.
Yeah, the BYD's interior is 10 times better.
Interior.
51,000 euros is about 1,200,000. No, not 200.
Extra.
1,020,000.
Splashback decal. Yeah. Technology package. Yeah. Raptor pack. Yeah.
So yeah,
Rear lamp cover kit. Matte black surround. Yeah.
1.35 mil is 50,000 euro.
Hilux GR Sport 2 double cab, 64,000 start. So it's going to be cheaper than that.
1.32 mil. So that BYD is going to be a bargain, and the interior is better than the Toyota by a mile.
Yeah.
Grand total 56,000
Pounds,
pounds.
not euros. Where's the price? BYD doesn't have the price.
56,000, and that's like,
Configurator.
yeah, I'd say I've configured it.
Yeah, the seal top of the range
Body
is 45,000.
style, double cab. Yeah.
So how much is that,
40
Terrence? Is 30?
What?
The top of the range BYD?
45?
You said 35, didn't you?
I said
You
45.
said 35.
Oh, so
Open your ears,
No,
man.
you said 35. You're lying now.
1.1 mil, yeah. So it's about equivalent to South Africa. I mean, 1.1 mil for a Bucky is still a lot of money, though. Like, it's a lot.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
A Baki?
It is definitely worth it. But I must have a gripe with Audi South Africa.
Why?
Or Audi Centre Town. specifically.
Very specific.
It is shocking. They had my brother's car since November last year. They finally fixed it. It was ready on Monday for him to pick up. Granted, they polished the outside, but they did not touch the interior. It was covered in mold. Everything. Like, not like, ooh, you didn't look underneath mold. Everything was covered in mold. And they were happy to hand it over to him like that. Just, yeah, take your car. It's covered in mold. But
That's
I
great.
hope he didn't take it and said, the fuck.
no, of course he took it because he doesn't like arguing.
Where did the mold come from?
From sitting in
Yeah.
the damp in the workshop for 4 months.
So they probably didn't even touch it.
No. They would do one thing, like they'd play with the turbo 1 week, and then nothing. And then they get the turbo back. Oh, that wasn't the problem. Then they do the injectors. And then they'd get it back. And then the place that did the injectors didn't do the job properly. So then they sent them back again. It was just a balls up. So shame. My brother sat without it. He's owned the car for 8 months. And for 4 months it sat at Audi. Waiting to be fixed.
Did he buy it new?
No, it's also a 2013 Q5 like mine, except he bought it from a dodgy dealership in Umgani Road, and he had issues with it from day one.
Yeah, I think we know what the problem is, don't we?
If you say it's an Audi, I'm going to stab you with my toothpick.
It's an Audi.
No, I had an Audi as well. Your brother rushed into a purchase.
Yes. He bought the first one he saw. I test drove 12. That's not even a joke. I test drove 12 before I bought this one.
12 Audis.
Well, 12 Q5s specifically.
Jesus, I haven't even test driven 12 cars in my life.
Well, that's the thing when you buy
Yeah,
when you buy
actually.
dirt cheap second hand, you got to test the waters first because you don't want to buy someone's.
Yeah, Pencil.
Shit.
Sorry, Jason, we can't all buy first.
I
new cars
haven't.
like
I
you.
haven't. I haven't. I've never bought a. I've had 3 cars and none of them have been first. Like being first owner. New.
Oh, okay.
I don't think
I've had 2.
Yeah. How many new ones
And
have you
both of them
had?
been-
How many new ones have you?
Both of them.
exactly. I don't think
Bitch.
I've owned a car younger than 10 years old.
Mine's just turned 11.
Okay. My yellow car was.
They cost a lot.
Yeah,
The
that
light
was
side of
98.
life.
That was your best car.
Yeah, it was my best car. Then
You
I
guys
had
remember
a
my
Audi
Mercedes?
A3, which was 2005.
Yeah, you're from
Then I
1950.
had a
yes.
Yaris, which was new, and then I had another Yaris, which was
When
new.
did you have an Audi?
When I first got here.
Oh, I was going to say, you didn't
I
have
bought
an
it for
Audi,
$800. 2-door A3.
I
I remember
moved
that.
to Ireland with my kids and buy a 2-door i3.
Oh, they're high maintenance, these cars that you purchase for under 1,000 though.
Yeah, and I never took it to the NCT. That's why I sold it before, because it was due, and I just didn't get caught by the police, and then I sold it. Because if I did have to take it, it would have failed, and I would have had to get everything
And
fixed.
then you can't sell it because it goes on the
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
Have you do you have the possibility of checking cars if they failed or whatever on their we call it an MOT here. But
Yeah, we call it NCT.
yeah. So can you see the history of it if you just type in the postcode in somewhere?
Yes.
Postcode?
Yeah.
Okay,
It-
number
no,
plate.
the number plate, yeah.
Yeah, not so much in
So
this
have you checked if it failed after you sold it?
Oh, that's actually no, because I sold it and I checked that he had booked it in. The guy that bought it
Yeah.
from me, he had booked it in, but I didn't check after that. And Vincent, when you buy a new car, you have 5 years of grace where you don't have to get an NCT. So get a new car, get another new car, get another. I've never go to the
So
NCT.
just spend 30 grand rather than spending 40 quid a month, a year.
Well, what if it's broken?
So every year.
Well,
have
that's
to
why
get
you buy a
road certified.
semi-decent used car because it's not going to break.
With older cars, yes, every year.
Yeah.
And then, like with this, like the new car, it will be 5 years. I'd have to get it checked, and then it would be 2 years, and then it would be every year after that.
As
there's
much
like
as
an
that's a
age limit.
pain, I feel like from a road safety point of view, that's great. Like you come to SA,
Yeah,
and
you
there
don't
are
you don't
cars
see
that
fucking
are-
you don't see skadonks on the road.
Yo,
Oh, Terrence. Oh no. Oh no.
it is just Terrence. Oh dear.
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh shame.
Oh,
He's just having a nap.
yeah, he's sleeping. Look at him.
It would be more fun if we, like, in these recordings, actually saw his screen frozen, but on his end he just sees us.
Yeah,
Like we don't because this would be classic. Then
yeah.
you could get like that pen thing and like start drawing.
Oh, there he
he's like
goes.
gone.
Yeah, no, he's gone.
Oh shit.
That's
And with
how
that,
you buy new
folks,
cars.
we end the cast.
And on that bitter disappointment.
Yeah, no shit. Terrence, we see
Pull
your
a carton.
internet
Yeah,
dropped.
that's him. Internet dropped.
Took a genius
Jesus.
to figure that one out.
Oh, look at this bloke.
Hey.
You look embarrassed.
Jason,
Yeah.
where can they find you?
In my flat.
In your new flat.
Oh, and he's gone again. Oh my god.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, are
I'm
you
still
there?
here. I'm still here.
No,
I
but
can see
you're
you
not.
perfectly.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we
you're
can't
seeing
see you
yourself
perfectly. You look very blurry.
Okay, doesn't matter. It's recording fine. Vincel, where can they find you?
They can find me in bed. Usually some space, but need some negotiating on that. Kidding. That makes a cut.
What's the Global Buggers one?
They can find us on the Global Buggers TikTok at Global Buggers _pod. I'm correct. Oh, my phone's asking me, hey Google, go away.
What's it, Global?
They can find me on Instagram, Vencel _Gordon. Good luck seeing anything because it's private, so I'll see if I want to
Oh,
invite,
that's new.
accept you or not.
That's new.
You got to make the cut. You got to go past approvals.
What about
But,
you,
yeah.
Terrence?
Me, you can find on this podcast every Saturday, except for the last 5 or 6 where we shouldn't upload.
It's just been bad, isn't it? It's been bad.
But thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.